book reading today, Ontological Thoughts, Comments on Practical Living, Fear. This is copyright 1975, volume 6, number 12, April. So this is good. And this is the chief editor, Robert Moore. Chief editor, Robert Moore. So let's just read a little bit of this. I'm not going to go crazy on it. I'm just going to read the editorial comment. I like to read in vintage books on here, get some reading in, incite some ideas, some curiosities for some people. And if anybody ever wanted to look this up, it's in my collection for now, but you never know. You could find your own. Fear, an editorial comment by Robert Moore. Fear, the theme for this month's issue of Ontological Thought, is defined by Webster's as a general term for the anxiety and the agitation felt at the presence of danger. Like most definitions, this one is neatly wrapped in a conceptual box of words, but when you look closely into it, the box is empty. The presence of danger. Could you not count on the fingers of one hand the number of times you have been in the presence of actual danger? Fear may include the heart-pounding, adrenaline-stimulated type of experience that occurs a few times during a lifetime. But for the most part, its influence on human affairs and its manifestation in individual behavior patterns is too subtle to be consciously recognized. Fear cannot be rationally explained or defined, for it is an irrational condition, having no logical explanation. It is nonetheless a hard fact of human. It exists mostly in the imagination, but a fearful imagination is nonetheless a hard fact of human experience, a form of slavery which governs the behavior of virtually all people. Many theories as to the origins or cause of fear have been put forward, but most of them are merely examples of fearful imaginations working within a pseudoscientific religious framework. For instance, fear is an instinctive reflex which protects against evil. Evil? Is someone or something out to get us? Or have our fevered imaginations created the ogres of the night? Fear on guilt attends, the virtuous breast never knows it. Which of us would claim the virtuous breast as our own? It may be that we all have cause for a sense of guilt, but the self-righteous thumping of a virtuous breast creates more comedy than virtue. A practical approach to a consideration of fear would seem to be a simple acknowledgement that we all suffer from the malady and that there is no need to attach blame or accusation to the condition. It may be that guilt is associated with our fears, but our use of the word needs to be freed of narrow dogmas and shackling concepts if there is to be true understanding of the term. We need also, without accusation, ourselves or others, to see how it is that fear operates and controls in our individual lives and in the affairs of the world. In doing so, we introduce a large measure of sanity into our own lives, as well as into the family of man. This issue of ontological thought explores, at least insofar as limitations of space allow, the result of fear in the working of government. See Politics of Fear, Hugh Malfoy's article on John Dean, and the manner by which religious concepts can perpetuate fear. Wake Up and Live by Ted Black. Jeff Gordon, inspired by his experience as part of the Night Watchman, writes on the distinct difference between apprehension and fear. While Ray McCulloch gives the traditional bedtime ghost story a new and humorous treatment in A Mothic Tale, a number of contributors have related their own personal glimpse of fear and how they met in a specific situation. After reading this issue of the journal, we feel that fear will no longer be quite so fearsome in your own experience, and that a creative attitude for the right handling of fearful imagination will have been established. So, Volume 6, Number 12, Ontological Thought, Comments of Practical Living, Fair, 1975, Chief Editor, Robert Moore. You know, it's a pretty cool booklet. Again, I collect booklets as well. This is in my collection. It might go on eBay one day, but I probably will be reading this. I like these type of these content, this type of content. So hopefully you like this little quick reading on this, and it inspires you to maybe look up ontological thought and what other volumes they have out there.